open yourself up to, I guess, what already exists, which is some shady agents or dealers who don't handle it correctly, or who write up a contract that's completely unfair, where you've got X percentage going to them once you become a pro. And
you're listening to ESPN 100.3 FM, KLRZ, La Rose, New Orleans, and the River Region.
The pitch. There's a high drive, deep right center, way back. Frank out of here is off the wall. 1 run is in. 2 runs are in. A third man scores. Holy cow.
It's time for Colonel Baseball, and live from the diamond, here's the voice of the Colonels, Brian Johnson.
Field in Corpus Christi, Texas. This is Nicholls State Colonels Baseball on ESPN Radio, New Orleans. Tonight, it's the Clayburgh Bank College Classic from Whataburger Field as Nicholls State takes on Texas A&M Corpus Christi in a Southland non-conference showdown here in late February. Hi, everybody. Sam Levitt with you, filling in for Brian Johnson here tonight and throughout this weekend here in Corpus Christi. Great to be with you from a place we call the Sparkling City down here on the Texas Gulf Coast. Nicholls State at 1-3 on the year, winning at Stony Brook earlier this week. Meanwhile, the Islanders 3-1 on this early season, and a good test for both these teams in a Southland showdown here in non-conference play. Of course, we're at the 2018 Clayburgh Bank College Classic here at Whataburger Field, the home of the AA affiliate of the Houston Astros, the Corpus Christi Hooks. 4 teams involved in this sort of mini tournament: Texas A&M Corpus Christi, Nicholls State, Mississippi State, and of course UC Santa Barbara as well. The opener of today's action here on day 1, Mississippi State beating UC Santa Barbara 7-4. And now Nicholls State will try to put on a show here in the nightcap of day 1. It's a cool evening here in Corpus Christi. The Harbor Bridge beyond right center field. Cars going by. The lights have just come on, but for all intents and purposes, a pretty darn good night for baseball here in the Coastal Bend. Coming up on the pregame show, we'll be joined by Nicholls State head coach Seth Thibodeau, get his thoughts on tonight's game, and a little bit later, starting lineups and first pitch. We're back in a moment on the pregame show. You're listening to Colonels Baseball on ESPN Radio New Orleans.
Hello, this is State Senator Gary Smith representing District 19. I'm a proud supporter of both ESPN New Orleans 100.3 FM and our very own Nicholls Colonels. Join me in pulling for the Colonels this season, cheering them on to victory. Nicholls Sports, State Senator Gary Smith, a winning combination for years. Go Colonels, paid for by the Gary L. Smith Jr. Campaign Fund.
If you need help with your next project, new construction, remodeling, or do-it-yourself projects, you can trust the experienced staff at Dufresne Building Materials. Dufresne has been covering your building needs since 1953. The second generation working on the third. Dufresne Building Materials now has 4 locations to serve you: Cutoff, Thibodeau, Bellchase, and Slidell. Check out our website at www.dbmlumber.com. Dufresne Building Materials, serving you since 1953.
Is pain putting a strain on your quality of life? Don't suffer in silence. Get relief at the Pain Center of Thibodeau Regional. Dr. Luis Hernandez and Dr. Keith Duplantis can provide solutions to neck, knee, and back pain, as well as pain associated with injury, arthritis, nerve damage, and migraines. Get help for your pain at the Pain Center of Thibodeau Regional. Call today, 985-493-4080, or go to Thibodeau.com.
As a leader in sanitation for the oil and gas industry, Joe Septic Contractors caters to all field clients offering vacuum truck service for the offshore tanks, vessels, or treatment plants containing sewage or gray water. Joe Septic Contractors offers state-of-the-art offshore portable toilets with cages and certified safety slings. Call Joe Septic Contractors today at 985-632-5592 or visit our website at www.joeseptic.com.
Our pregame show continues on ESPN Radio New Orleans as we get ready for tonight's game between Nicholls State and Texas A&M Corpus Christi. Sam Levitt with you, and right now I'm joined by Nicholls head coach Seth Thibodeau. A big win over Stony Brook earlier this week, 14-7, 15 hits. The offense really came alive.
They really did. We had some moments early in the series, and it was good to see our guys kind of settle in and get some good swings and drive in some runs. Our offense, they earned every bit of that series. Stony Brook was a good club. They pitched it well, but I felt like our guys were a hit or two away from maybe being 3-1 or 4-0 in that series. So I was really proud of them. They finished the series.
And good evening. We are live here from Woodlawn of Shreveport High School. Casey Gisclair here, broadcasting live before this opening round matchup between the South Lafourche Fighting Tarpons and the Woodlawn of Shreveport Knights. And boy, do the Tarpons have a task out in front of them tonight. They're going to be taking on a Woodlawn team, one of the best teams in the entire state of Louisiana, any classification. This is a team that made it to the top 28 last season. This is a team that does just about everything right on the basketball floor. The Tarpons are going to have a whale of a test tonight to try to corral the Knights and try to shock the state of Louisiana and try to make this big upset happen. We want to thank our sponsors for allowing us to be here. I got a confession to make before we start this broadcast. I forgot the commercial machine, so you guys are stuck with me for the next 2 hours or so here from Shreveport. We're not going to be able to take any commercials because my knucklehead left the commercial machine in my car. But we want to thank Thibodeau Regional Medical Center, a leader in bringing the latest and best technology to our region. State Bank and Trust Company, banking you can count on, member FDIC. Vision Communications, your local provider for TV, internet, home security, and automation. Learn more at viscom.net. Lady of the Sea General Hospital, compassionate medicine close to home. Joe Septic Contractors, your largest sewage and portable sanitation company in Louisiana. Lafourche Ford, Lincoln, and Lockport. Before you buy, give us a try. Dufresne Building Materials with locations in Cutoff, Thibodeau, Belle Chase, and Slidell. We're going to have South Lafourche boys basketball coach Brian Colley joining us here for his pregame coaches interview. Coach, we were just talking a minute ago. Actually, I'm going to face the camera here. We were talking just a minute ago about how you've got a big task in front of you today. You're facing a very high-powered team in their home gym. What are some of the things you got to do well tonight?
Number one, control the tempo. We cannot allow them to get up in their running game in transition and shoot transition threes. We got to get out and stop. Definitely stop the three-point shot in their transition game. We're going to have to do a good job of stopping them.
And you know, against this type of opponent in their gym, wild environment, I'm pretty sure you guys want to get off to a pretty quick start.
Well, what we do, we talked about, we're breaking down the game into 2-minute sections even. To break the game down, we're going to try and slow down as much as possible. And it's very critical to get off to a fast start, or more important, don't let them get off to a fast start.
You know, I know that I see a lot of blue here in the stands. There's people traveling a long way. You know, the economy locally is not very good. What does that mean to you guys to see so much support here tonight?
I mean, our kids love it. Just look, the support last night at our girls' game was amazing. Congratulations to our girls on getting to that Final Four, well deserved. And you know, it's great to have a big following, and the kids deserve it. You know, we play hard, and they deserve to have a crowd following them.
So when Turtle's here, I asked him to give me Turtle's tips, and he gives me 2 or 3 things you got to do well to win. Turtle's not here tonight, so I'm going to ask you to, give me Coach's clipboard. What are a couple things the Tarpons got to do tonight?
Number one, control the tempo. Number 2, control the tempo. Number 3, control the tempo. we need to stop them from running. We got to finish inside, and we got to get some offense.
Good luck, my man.
Thank you, appreciate it.
It's Coach Colley breaking down this matchup between the Tarpons and the Knights. He said it was very vital that his team controls the tempo. I watched a little bit of Woodlawn on film. I think he's exactly right about that. Woodlawn has just made their way out onto the floor. The clock says that we'll be tipping in 8 minutes here. You can watch this game on ESPN1003.com. So thankful to Mr. Truck for bringing out the team here to Shreveport, Louisiana. We've spent a long day here. We left campus at 8:30 a.m., stopped in Alexandria for lunch, then stopped at North DeSoto. Want to thank the people at North DeSoto. We had a shoot-around there earlier in the day. Then we made our way here, left North DeSoto about 4:50, got here at about 5:30. And we've been just hanging out here at the gym ever since then. Both teams are warming up. The Tarpons, of course, needed to win to get in last Saturday against Covenant Christian Academy, and that's exactly what they did in a very good matchup between 2 very good teams. A lot of games around this northern Louisiana area. Boy, we were at Golden Corral today eating lunch. There were 4 basketball teams there. Alexandria High was there. General Trask was there. I mean, there were just teams from all over the place. Everybody in this area is getting themselves ready for postseason play. I've got a scoreboard update before we rock and roll. Want to give a big shout out to Coach Andrew Revalier and the Tarpon baseball team. They are 3-0 in the season after getting a 5-1 win over Covenant Christian Academy. How about Coach Rav and the boys? They are undefeated in 3 games, and as Coach Colley was saying a minute ago, giant kudos, giant shout out to Coach Rainey Terrebonne and the Lady Tarpons, who are now going to Alexandria after a thrilling win last night. They go to the Final Four. They're going to be taking on Neville. That game is on Tuesday at 4:30 out in Alexandria. Also want to wish happy birthday to Coach Terrebonne. I'm sure that was a very, very good birthday gift for the coach to be able to get that home victory and punch the ticket to Alexandria. Clock reading 6 minutes. Tarpons getting some warm-up shots. Woodlawn getting some warm-up shots. This is a Woodlawn team that, if you ask me to pick 2 or 3 guys, I wouldn't be doing justice to how good these guys are, because they have so many weapons that they could hit you with. Last year they were 28-6, made it to the semifinals. We actually saw them play in Lake Charles. They lost to Washington Marion, who was the defending state champions. I could safely announce that Washington Marion's not going to win the 4A state championship this year because they dropped down to Class 3A. So we're going to have a new 4A state champion this year, just a matter of who it's going to be. But for Woodlawn, they average somewhere around 80 points a game. They get up and down the floor. I'm going to be doing the best that I can to keep up with the action, because I watch these guys on tape. As soon as they get the ball, they're going and try to score. They're not going to have very many 20-second possessions. They try to get it out of their hands in 5 to 10 seconds. They try to score and score some more, pressure the ball defensively, and the Tarpons are going to have to handle that pressure and try to find a way to make this work. The officials tonight are from the Monroe Association, and we welcome them here, just like we welcome you here to Woodlawn of Shreveport High School. The Knights and the Tarpons will do battle. Next Tuesday, we're going to be in Alexandria. I'm a road warrior these last couple of days. Been traveling. Again, Lady Tarpons last night, and Shreveport tonight, then Alexandria on Tuesday. Hopefully Alexandria again on Friday, but that mean the Lady Tarpons would win. And hopefully some more boys playoff games somewhere in there as well. Because these Tarpons, number 30 seed. But, hey, crazy things have happened in these playoffs around Louisiana in the last couple of years. Last year, I watched with my own 2 eyes Landry Walker, who was a 20-something seed, win the Class 5A state championship. So anything could happen. It's not about what happened in the regular season anymore. It's about what happens here in these postseason. Everybody is 0-0 again. Everybody's on a level playing field. Let's thank our sponsors again one more time for allowing us to be here, and then we'll be pretty doggone close to ready for the opening tip. Thibodeau Regional Medical Center, a leader in bringing the latest and best technology to our region. State Bank and Trust Company, banking you can count on. Member FDIC. Vision Communications, your local provider for TV, internet, home security, and automation. Learn more at viscom.net. Lady of the Sea General Hospital, compassionate medicine close to home. Joe Septic Contractors, your largest sewage and portable sanitation company in Louisiana. And Lafourche Ford Lincoln in Lockport. Before you buy, give us a try. Dufresne Building Materials with locations in Cutoff, Thibodeau, Bellchase, and Slidell. Our pregame injury report brought to you by Thibodeau Regional Medical Center. I'm happy to note that Austin Cantrell is now back, sort of. He is now cleared for athletic competition. But because Austin is such a really good baseball player, the Tarpons have decided, you know what, even though he's with the team tonight and he's healthy and he's available, they're going to hold him out because he's a baseball player at heart. He's a baseball signee. They don't want to risk his future in that sport. So he is here and he's healthy, but he is not going to play for the remainder of the season for the Tarpons. So congratulations to Austin on a great basketball career, and we are very hopeful that he could be a big part of that Tarpon baseball team that is now 3-0. Tonight, tip-off, when we have a tip-off, is going to be brought to you by State Bank and Trust Company, banking you could count on. Injury timeouts, God forbid, we don't want any, but if we have some, they're going to be brought to you by Thibodeau Regional Medical Center. Home team starting lineup in just a minute. It's going to be brought to you by Lady of the Sea General Hospital, medicine close to home. I don't anticipate any changes to the Tarpon starting 5. I think it's going to be the senior group, which is going to be Francis, Kane, Bellinger, Chasson, and Vega. That's the 5 that it's been for the entire district run here since Cantrell's injury. The cheerleaders are here. Tarpons do have some scattered support. Heck, they got a lot of room here in the bleachers. Was Woodlawn didn't travel very well for a number 3 seed in Louisiana. Happy to see that the cheerleaders were able to make the bus ride. It was actually, knock on wood, a pretty smooth bus ride out here. Hopefully we could have the same success getting our way back home tonight. Our feeling that if the Tarpons could shock the world here and pull this one off, it might be a loud and rowdy bus ride as opposed to maybe a quiet bus ride if the outcome goes the other way. Clock reads 90 seconds. Teams are getting their last finishing touches. We'll be playing basketball here in just a second, I promise you. Again, a reminder, you could watch this on ESPN 1003, or if you would prefer YouTube, search Jerry Gisclair on YouTube, and you'll be able to find this broadcast. Taylor was not able to get off of work, but I can confirm that Taylor will be with us in Alexandria on Tuesday as the Lady Tarpons take on Neville in the top 28, only the 3rd time that the Lady Tarpons have ever made it to the top 28. Of course, the male Tarpons have made it a handful of times as well. Teams are clapping it up, getting their final breaks, their final instructions. Coach Kale giving some applause to his boys. Woodlawn and Shreveport huddling under their basket. The Tarpons will be in their visiting blues. Woodlawn will be in their home whites. Truck told me to relay the message to anybody watching on YouTube. The camera may be a little bit shaky tonight. He said he assures everybody that just because of the bleachers. The bleachers here are a little wobbly, and it's affecting his tripod. But the teams are making their way back, and we'll be playing ball here on ESPN 1003.com. Shout out to all the Tarpon Nation that made this trip. Also, shout out to Thibodaux Association official Fred Billazon coming out and supporting the Tarpons. That's very kind of Fred. Don't know if there's going to be formal starting 5 announced or anything like that here. I don't see any type of microphone, so I'm assuming that we're going to be jumping right into action here. But we'll see. Tarpons are getting some final instructions. Coach Kale has these guys awfully prepared. It'll be a matter of trying to execute and slowing the pace down. If you could play this game in the 40s, you got a shot. If you play this game in the 70s and 80s, you probably don't have much of a shot. Teams are making their way to the floor. Home team starting lineup brought to you by Lady of the Sea General Hospital, compassionate medicine close to home. John Vega, Matt Bellinger, Marquise Francis, Luke Chasson, DeMarcus Kane. Tarpons will be going right to left. The Knights will be going left to right. Only one team could see their season continue tonight, and we're about to find out who that's going to be. And there's a brief delay. The official blew the whistle. And we're playing ball. We are underway as the Tarpons commit a violation on the jump ball, and I could assure you that that was intentional because they were talking about that on the bus here. They were going to concede the opening tip because they didn't want Woodlawn to get out in transition. So they concede the tip, and we're going to be underway. They're going to be inbounding to Tremichael Moten. Tarpons in a zone defense, just underway. Happier with us. Moten to Daniels. Now to the corner they go. Back to Moten. Now to Larry Moten. They've got 3 Motens on the team. We're going to have to announce those first names. Larry attacks to the corner, Daniels. Now to the wing for a 3 ball that's up and in by Jalen Brooks. So it's 3-0. Woodlawn strikes early, and they're in their pressure defense. Francis to Bellinger. Bellinger reverses it back to Marquise. To the middle, Vega. John to Chasson across the timeline. Now to Marquise. So the Tarpons break the press in their first attempt at it. Francis to Vega on the left side. John back to Marquise. Marquise to Kane on the right wing area. DeMarcus to Marquise. Now John. Tarpons having a patient possession here. Vega picks up his dribble to Marquise Francis on the right side. Francis inside to Kane. Lays it up and in. The Tarpons having a layup, and it's 3-2. Quickly back the other way. Moten for a 3. No good. Rebound to Kane. We told you they would shoot quick. They're going to shoot in 2 or 3 seconds. They get it, they go, and they shoot quick. Bellinger across the timeline. Top of the key. to Francis. Francis loses it, gets it back. To Vega, 6:30 to go, it's 3-2. Bellinger to Vega, now Kane. Marquise on the right side. To Vega, John to Kane. Kane looks inside, now out to Vega. Tarpons being very patient, slowing that pace. This is exactly what they want to do. You can't get in a track meet with these guys. They'll run you straight into the offseason. Francis to Chasson. Luke on the right side to Vega, top of the key. Now DeMarcus. DeMarcus to Luke. Now Bellinger. 6 minutes to go. Bellinger to Marquise Francis, top of the key. To Kane. Kane thinks about the shot. He's on the clock. He's got to make a decision. Gets it to Francis. Marquise. Looking around, surveying his options. Marquise Francis. Now back near midcourt. 5:40 to go in the opening quarter. To Chasson. Chasson to Kane. Bodied up. Gets the dribble to Marquise. Now Bellinger. Tarpons have eaten 90 seconds off this first quarter clock. Francis. Vega to Marquise. Now they burned a minute and 40 in this possession. Chasson backs to the rim. The floater, no good. Rebound goes to Brooks. And we come quickly the other way. Tremichael Moten back to Brooks for a three. He made one earlier. He missed that one. That's an air ball. So if you're looking at time of possession right now, Woodlawn's had the ball about 10 seconds total, but as soon as they get the rebound, they're shooting a three instantly. Bellinger to Francis. Marquise has it taken away. They lay it up and in. Brooks forces one on the press, and it's 5-2. Francis had it kicked out of bounds by Jalen Brooks, and you could see Woodlawn's length causing some problems to the Tarpons. But it's still just 5-2, and we've already played 3 minutes. Bellinger to Vega. John trapped, gets it to Bellinger. Matt dribbles through to Francis across the timeline. Marquise is trapped, but gets out of the trap to Kane at the rim, lays it up and in. And it's 5-4. Quickly back the other way we come. Daniels to Moten, and now they'll actually walk it across. Moten to Larry Moten. Reverse pass to the corner. Now number 10, Daniels with a three. No good. Box out, goes to Chasson. The Tarpons have survived an early wave here. It's 5-4. Francis across the timeline. Gets it knocked out of bounds to the Knights. There's not been a whistle in this game. The Monroe officials are letting them play. 4:23 to go in the opening quarter, but the Tarpons have survived that first wave. Moten, top of the key. It's Tremichael Moten. To the right side, that's Daniels, back to Moten. Now to Larry Moten. Inside, they go to the post, and a foul's going to be called on Luke Chasson. Courtney Moore was working the low block. 4:10 to go in the opening quarter. Happy you're with us. Woodlawn leading 5-4. Coach Conley said he wanted a strong start, and he got one here. We've watched a lot of film on Woodlawn, and there have been a lot of games that in the first couple of minutes they took it away. Francis steals the inbounds pass, has it taken away for a layup that's no good. A putback's up and in by Jalen Brooks. Chasson to Bellinger. Back to Chasson. Luke to Bellinger. You got to get across here. Bellinger to Francis. You've got to get across. Bellinger to Chasson. That's 10 seconds. So the pressure forces a 10-second call. 3:48 to go. It's 7-4 Woodlawn. Let's see if they could get it in here. Woodlawn. Tremichael Moten to the right side. Daniels attacks. Transition three. No good. Offensive rebound is up. No good. The box out goes to Kane. DeMarcus is being trapped. He's in no man's land. He knocks it out of bounds off of a Knight. So at 3:32 to go, Tarpons just quietly hanging around, laying in the weeds at 7-4. Bellinger to Marquise. Now Matt Bellinger to the middle. Vega. John gets it across the timeline to Chasson on the right side. Lucas trapped. To Bellinger. Bellinger at the rim, lays it up and in. Tarpons are getting some offense on that press, and it's a one-point game again. Moten quickly the other way to the paint. Offensive foul. Tremichael Moten shot the floater, but Luke Chasson took the charge. It's the first foul on Woodlawn. And the number 3 seed in Louisiana is up against it a little bit here. The Tarpons came to fight. Bellinger to Francis. Marquise to Bellinger. To the middle, Vega. John across the timeline to Chasson. Chasson has it kicked out of bounds into our table with 3:04 to go in the opening quarter. Just 7-6 our score. Not many people around the state of Louisiana would have forecast that through 5 minutes of ball. But as we said, anything could happen in postseason play. Francis across the timeline, 3 minutes to go. Marquise to Vega on the left side. John. Top of the key, Marquise is wide open for a 3. No good, front of the rim and out. Rebound poked away, but Woodlawn has it. Moten on the right side attacks the lane, drops it to the post for a layup that's up and in by Courtney Moore. Francis to the middle, Vega. John across the timeline. John being trapped, clearing some space. Oh, he's getting creamed, and they're going to call a held ball. That's a terrible call. You can see that Monroe's closer to Shreveport than it is to Cutoff with the way they're whistling here early. Bellinger. Looking for help. Gets it to Francis. Marquise. Across the timeline to Kane. DeMarcus to a cutting Marquise Francis. They were not on the same page. Coach Colley telling his guys, hey, slow the pace. You don't need to be in a hurry. They had a possession earlier where they ran almost 2 minutes off the clock and got a layup. That's just fine in this game. Woodlawn the other way. Larry Moten to Tremichael Moten. Top of the key. Thinks about the long 3. Gets it to the corner for a 3. That's no good. Rebound to Kane. DeMarcus to Marquise. 2 minutes to go. The Tarpons down 3. Francis. Across the timeline. Marquise to Bellinger on the right side. Matt to the corner. Kane to Francis. Top of the key. Inside to Chasson. It's knocked away. And they're going to say that's okay. At first the official pointed to Woodlawn, but he made a mistake. It is staying with the Tarpons, which is the right call. They knocked it out of bounds clearly. Chasson looking in to Kane. Now Marquise. Dribbles back near midcourt. Francis on the right side to Kane. DeMarcus to Bellinger in the corner. Matt looks at attack, now pulls out to Kane. DeMarcus to Marquise Francis. 90 seconds to go in the opening quarter. The Tarpons have survived the onslaught so far. Francis to Bellinger. Bellinger looking for help. Gets it to Kane in the corner for a 3. Yes! We're tied at 9, baby. Minute 15 to go. Kane makes the 3 ball. Moten quickly back the other way. Transition 3. No good. Rebound goes to Chasson. Hey, you could shoot in 4 seconds all day long, baby. We'll take that. Francis quickly back the other way. Tarpons playing for a chance at the lead. Marquise. Tax. Minute to go. Being guarded by Moten. Gets it to Bellinger. Matt to Chasson. Chasson to Marquise on the baseline. Inside to Kane. Gets him in the air. Lays it up, and the Tarpons have the lead. 11-9. Put your seatbelt on, baby. We got a good one. Moten. To the right side. Larry Moten attacks baseline. Spins. He walked. 36.5 on the clock. The official said he traveled. And Woodlawn is back against their heels here. The Tarpons have the lead. 35 seconds to go in the opening quarter. Vega across the timeline to Chasson. To Vega. Reverses it to Bellinger. 26 seconds to the middle. Kane at the rim. Yes! 13-9. Tarpons, 20 seconds to go. One more defensive possession here, Blue. Moten to the corner. Larry Moten for a 3. No good. Rebound goes to Moten. Lays it up at the rim. He got it. Francis, 4 seconds to Vega. Chasson, let's see if he's aware. He tries to shoot it, and that'll be the end of the first quarter with our score. South Lafourche 13, Woodlawn 11. We've played 8 minutes, and the Big Blue has the early lead. And for anybody around Louisiana, Cinderella right now is playing ball. Again, we don't have any commercial breaks tonight, so we want to thank all of our sponsors. Vision Communications, your local provider for TV, internet, home security, and automation. Learn more at viscom.net. Thibodeau Regional Medical Center, a leader in bringing the latest and best technology to our region. State Bank and Trust Company, banking you could count on, member FDIC. Lady of the Sea General Hospital, compassionate medicine close to home. Joe Septic Contractors, your largest sewage and portable sanitation company in Louisiana. Lafourche, Ford, Lincoln, and Lockport. Before you buy, give us a try. Dufresne Building Materials with locations in Cutoff, Thibodeau, Belle Chase, and Slidell. This is a Tarpon team that all season long has been plagued by slow first quarter starts. Well, here against the number 3 team in Louisiana, they lead 13-11 after one. Now let's see if they have enough gas in the tank. It's the same 5. The Tarpons have not made a sub yet. Tremichael Moten. To the corner, Williams. Now to Moten again. To the right side, Daniels. Back to Moten. Thinks about the shot, gets it to the right side. On top of the key, Tremichael Moten. Tarpons have this team scouted to the tee. Top of the key, 3 from Moten. Shoots it up, no good. Rebound goes to the Tarpons, Kane. And now the Tarpons will have their first crack at it. And these Woodlawn fans are getting a little restless here. Francis. Across the timeline to Vega. John attacks, backdoor cut, Bellinger, yes! It's 15-11. Quickly back the other way in a blur. Moten through the lane to the corner where they'll get a quick shot up that's in. That's a 2-pointer by Terrell Daniels. Boy, they shoot in an instant. It is a transition game for these Knights, but the Tarpons have slowed them down enough so far. Chasson to Francis. Marquise. To the left side, Vega. John. To Francis, top of the key to Bellinger on the right side. Matt. Looking around, top of the key, looking around. Gets it to Francis on the left side. Marquise. 6:40 to go in the half. Francis throws it away to Woodlawn. Didn't see if it was deflected. The officials didn't think so. I don't think so either. I think that was just an errant pass. But at least it was a turnover that went out of bounds. You don't want an open court turnover where they could go and run down the floor, jam it on you. Williams to Moten. Back to Williams to the corner. And back to Moten, Tremichael Moten. To the middle, which is White. White posting up on Chasson, shoots it up on the floor. He made the shot, but the officials say it's on the floor. That's going to be 2 fouls on Luke Chasson. 6:21 to go in the opening half. The Tarpons have a 2-point lead here, looking to shock the state. Daniels, top of the key, that's Williams. Now to Moten. To the corner, Daniels for a 3, no good. Rebound to Bellinger. 6:10 to go in the half. Bellinger picks up his dribble, gets it to Francis. Marquise, got to get it across here. And he does. 6 minutes to go. Marquise. Oh, he's being very closely guarded. Bellinger now on the right side. Bellinger to Kane. He made one earlier. Now out to Matt again. Now Marquise. Tarpons clinging to that 2-point advantage. Bellinger on the right side. Looking around, surveying his options. Pulls it out. Gets it to Kane. DeMarcus in the corner. Spins. Tries to get to the rim. Shoots it up. No good. Strong. Missed a chippy there. Moten. Comes the other way in a blur. Stop and pop from 18. No good. Rebound goes to Vega. Tell you what, this is... I don't understand the strategy of wanting to shoot so fast. They could play half-court offense and find a mismatch. Francis. Across the timeline to Vega. John to Chasson on the right side. Luke getting a screen from DeMarcus. DeMarcus rolls. He's at the rim. He lays it up. No good. Gets his own rebound. No good. 2 missed layups there for the Tarpons. In transition, they come. Daniels to 21 White at the rim. He lays it up and in. We're tied at 15. 4:53 to go in the half. It's 15 apiece. Coach Colley is coaching his butt off there across the way. He's had his boys ready and prepared to play. Kane. Oh, Marquise threw that one away. Coach Colley is going to call a timeout here, sensing that Woodlawn's getting a little bit of momentum. He's going to try to slow this down a little bit. But I guarantee you that if you would have told Coach in the bus today, this morning at 8:30, that this game would be tied at 15 with 4:41 to go in the first half, he would have signed his name in blood on the dotted line, and he would have taken that any day of the week. That's the big concern from watching tape, is that this could have been a game that was 15-2 before the game even started. But the Tarpons are battling like hell right now. We wouldn't expect anything less. Tarpon cheerleaders playing a tune. The Woodlawn cheerleaders playing a tune to our left as well. It's the spirit of high school basketball. This is why it's the most purest form of athletics in our country. We're going to be playing ball again. 4:41 to go in the half. Moore will inbound to Tremichael Moten. Here we go. The Knights in possession of the ball after the Tarpon timeout. Moten to the right side. Williams inside. They laid up and in to a cutting Courtney Moore. So Woodlawn takes back the lead at 17-15. Francis to Vega on the left side. John looking around. Gets to Marquise, top of the key. He shoots the top of the key three. No good. Rebound goes to Woodlawn. Francis was open. He got to take that shot. Moten now the other way. Throws it to Tremichael Moten. Inside they go. It's going to be knocked out of bounds to the Tarpons. They were trying to feed Courtney Moore, but Matt Bellinger was tough as nails there, not allowing them to convert that opportunity, and it was flipped out of bounds. Halfway through the second quarter, Woodlawn up by 2. Francis to Vega. John to Anthony Francis, who just checked in. Now to Marquise Francis on the right side. Marquise throws it to Anthony Francis. It's a sloppy pass. Anthony Francis was Johnny on the spot there. To Bellinger. Matt closely guarded to Shass on top of the key. Shass on a Vega in the corner for a 3-ball. No good. Rebound goes to Woodlawn. Now they're going to push. Quickly the other way. Larry Moten to the rim. Swoop shot, no good. Rebound goes to Woodlawn, who puts it up and in. That was over the back. Yeah, they got away with one there. 4-point lead. Francis. Across the timeline to Anthony Francis. Anthony to Vega. Tarpons need a basket here. Throw a little water on that momentum. Marquise to Anthony. Top of the key. 3 minutes to go in the half. Anthony to his brother Marquise. Marquise reversing it out to Chasson. Lucas open for a 3. No good. Strong. Marquise fighting for the rebound. He takes it away. The Tarpons get an extra possession. Anthony Francis with it. Good job there by Marquise, earning the extra opportunity. Vega to Chasson. Luke gets it to Marquise. 2:38 to go in the half. Now Vega on the left side. John back to Marquise. Tarpons being very patient. Bellinger on the right side to Marquise, top of the key. Looking for a backdoor cut. Missed it. Now Chasson on the left wing. Luke pivoting, gets it to Vega. Vega loses the dribble, gets it back. Now to Bellinger in the corner. Tarpons have burned a minute off the clock here. The shorter that you could make this game, the better chance you have to shock the world. Bellinger on the left side to Marquise Francis. 2:03 to go. Tarpons have now worked 90 seconds off the clock in this possession, and they just threw it away. Williams in transition at the rim. Euro step, lays it up, no good. Rebound tipped up, no good. Another try at it. Hook shot is up and in. That's Chase White. So it's a 6-point game. 1:43 to go in the half. Marquise Francis across the timeline to Anthony Francis. Tarpons are in dire need of a bucket. Anthony spanning to Bellinger for a corner 3. No good. That's an air ball. Chase White to Tremichael Moten. Moten attacks the glass. That's an offensive foul. Chasson takes the charge. That's an offensive foul on Woodlawn. The fans here in the stands don't like the call, but apparently they've never watched basketball before because that was clear as day. Luke was standing there planted. 1:22 to go in the opening half. The Tarpons trail by 6. Anthony Francis across the timeline to Vega. John on the left side to Chasson in the corner. Now Anthony, top of the key. Anthony Francis to Bellinger on the right side. Matt to Chasson, top of the key 3. No good. Rebound goes to White. They push quickly the other way. White across the timeline attacks the lane. They drop it to the post for a layup to Courtney Moore. Woodlawn now leads by 8. They're starting to impose their will a little bit. Anthony Francis across half court. 40 seconds to go in the half. Vega. John. Inside, has it poked away. Moore. They throw long to Moten. Moten's at the rim. He's fouled by Matt Bellinger to be a 2-shot foul with 29 seconds to go in the half. The Tarpons had a 15-13 lead. Since then, a 10-0 run from Woodlawn. And the air's coming out of the balloon a little bit here. 2 shots coming for Chamichael Moten. He's staring at the rim. The first shot is up, and it is good. It's 24-15. Tell you this, it's awfully hard to hold this team to 25 points and a half. Tarpon's problem right now is they're missing too many easy shots. I don't know if that's fatigue from playing defense or whatever it may be. Francis across the timeline, looking around, gets it to Kane, and it's poked away. And it'll stay here with 19 seconds. Vega standing near midcourt. Now Shassa on the left side, 11 seconds. Luke, top of the key now, Luke. 8 seconds to Vega, 5 seconds. Somebody's going to have to get up a shot. Anthony Francis to Kane. Kane's got to shoot it at the buzzer, no good, and now a score at halftime. Woodlawn 25, South Lafourche 15. It was sort of a tale of, I guess, 2 mini games, I guess. As the Tarpons for the first 12 minutes or so played really, really well, had a lead. Then Woodlawn started to smother them defensively, and the Tarpons have really, really struggled to recover after that. But there's still plenty of basketball to be played. 16 minutes to go here in the gym, and we'll see how this game shakes itself out. Tarpons are battling, I tell you that. And I wouldn't expect anything else. This is a team that is senior heavy. They're extremely well coached, and they play awfully hard. That's one thing about this team. Look, there's not a lot of college level talent or guys that are going to be playing at the next level, but these are guys that are going to give you everything that they've got. They're going to leave it all out on the floor on every single game. See if I could find some scores from around the area. There are games going on around the state of Louisiana tonight in droves. H.L. Bourgeois is playing Lagrange, and that game is tied 36 apiece at halftime over in the 5A state playoffs. Good luck to Coach Kiowa and the Braves as they're trying to make a run. Acadiana leads Thibodaux 12-9 so far out in Thibodaux. Thibodaux is undefeated at home this year. I think that'd be a big upset should it happen. Some other games on the local schedule tonight in 5A. Southwood is taking on Central Lafourche, but that game started at 7 o'clock, or is starting at 7 o'clock, so it's not yet underway. Ellender's traveling to take on Plaquemine in a 17-16 matchup. Livonia is taking on Morgan City in 4A. Of course, we're here at Woodlawn of Shreveport. Assumption against Tioga at 7 o'clock. That game will be getting underway momentarily. In Class 3A, Glen Oaks will be traveling to take on Patterson tonight at 7 p.m. And in Division 4, Hanson Memorial will be taking on Houma Christian. That game will be has already gotten underway at 6 o'clock, so if we could find a score for that one, we'll be sure to let everyone know. 25-15 our score here, and it's a perfect time for me to go through our sponsor sheet one more time. I can't thank everyone enough for allowing us to be here. I know that I've had a blast here in the last couple of days, and the journey is not yet over. Thibodaux Regional Medical Center, a leader in bringing the latest and best technology to our region. State Bank and Trust Company, banking you could count on, member FDIC. Vision Communications, your local provider for TV, internet, home security, and automation. Learn more at viscom.net. Lady of the Sea General Hospital, compassionate medicine close to home. Joe Septic Contractors, your largest sewage and portable sanitation company in Louisiana. Lafourche, Ford, Lincoln, and Lockport. Before you buy, give us a try. Dufresne Building Materials with locations in Cutoff, Thibodaux, Bellchase, and Slidell. So everybody, it's pretty obvious by now Taylor Griffin's not with us tonight, but this kind of broadcast partner that Taylor is, he is sending me text messages. He wants everybody to know the Tarpons are still in great position. They're forcing a team out of their comfort zone and make them play a style they've never played, and they really don't know how to respond. And I agree with Taylor on that, because in the first half we saw the Tarpons make Woodlawn play defense for 2 and 3 minutes at a time. This is a team that in 2 or 3 minutes is used to scoring 15 or 20 points. But tonight, they're not having the ball for that length of time, and it's really bothering them a little bit. Now, the key difference, though, is I think at the end of the first half, the Tarpons kind of ran out of steam a little bit. Maybe fatigue became a little bit of a factor, and we saw Woodlawn go on a run. So potentially, maybe they could find some rhythm here with a second wind and have an opportunity to maybe take it back in the third quarter, only down 10. Man, I guess the talk of the community right now, though, is those Lady Tarpons. They got a huge win last night against Minden. That was a game that was a thrill to call. The community is abuzz. I've gotten so many messages from so many different people, talking about how great that game was. And I just want to let everyone know, the season didn't end last night. There's still 2 more games for this team to win, and the Tarpons are very much capable of going out to Alexandria and winning the state championship. They're the number 2 seed in the state. They beat one hell of a team last night. Minden was unbelievably good, unbelievably gifted. There's still a lot of hard work left, but don't count our ladies out. Just getting to Alexandria is not the end game for them. They've got an opportunity now to go and win the championship, which, if they are successful in doing so, would be the first time in school history that they're able to do that, which brings me, I guess, to what we want to talk about next, which is, okay, so school started in August, right? Since school started in August, the Tarpon volleyball team made it to the Pontchartrain Center for the first time in school history. Tarpon football made it to the playoffs, hosted a home football playoff game. Tarpon basketball, boys basketball, won 17 games, made it to the postseason, had a great ride this year. Girls basketball going to the top 28. Baseball, 3-0, one of the best teams in 4A. Softball, young, talented group. They're trying to go to the postseason for the second straight year. The point I'm getting at is what an outstanding academic and athletic year for South Lafourche High School. Academic being earning the distinction of being an A school earlier in the fall, and then athletically, just about every sport that we've seen compete so far this year has competed at a high level. I didn't mention the swim team, which has done great things. Band, of course, performing at a high level at the state meet. A lot of great things going on down the bayou in Galliano, and we couldn't be any more proud to bring all those athletic affairs to you here on Coastal Broadcasting, ESPN New Orleans, and 1600 AM KLEB. The clock reads 4:28 right now. The teams are going to be making their way out here for the second half. I'm going to do my best Turtle impression here, and I'm going to give you some tips for the second half. For the Tarpons, I think they would be well served to get off to a quick start in the third quarter. Woodlawn started to take the momentum at the end of the second quarter. The Tarpons have to stop the bleeding right away in the second quarter here, or in the third quarter here, to try to put a little bit of that seed of doubt into the Knights. You want to give yourself a chance in the fourth quarter, and to do that, you got to cut this lead down right now. Tarpon cheerleaders taking a breather here. Woodlawn looks like behind us. They're getting awfully close to coming on out here for the second half. The Tarpons usually are the type of team that waits until that last minute or so before making their way out. I see Seth Griffin just coming on out to get a quick peek at the clock. Now he's going to relay the message to Coach Kale. I want to thank sincerely the boys basketball program. I've been treated like a king today. We, traveled in style on a Greyhound bus, air-conditioned, watched movies. We were comfortable. Got treated to lunch at Golden Corral. We've had snacks throughout the day. It's just been an unbelievable day. And a lot of folks were, saying, you're the number 30 seed in the playoffs. You got to go make a long road trip. It's a game that you may not be likely to win, but it's not about that, man. It's about making memories, and we've certainly made a bunch of those here today. Those boys are going to remember this day for the rest of their lives, man, and that's bigger than the game of basketball. That's bigger than the result of this game here tonight. The buzzer is sounded, which means that there's 2 minutes left on the clock before we're playing ball here between these two teams. Woodlawn, of course, the 3 seed in Louisiana. The Tarpons are the number 30 seed in Louisiana. We've got just one spot to the next round, and we're going to clinch that ticket here later tonight. See if I could go back to the scoreboard before we play ball. Thibodaux now leads Acadiana 23-14 midway through the second quarter. You knew that Coach Clark's team was going to find it eventually. Thibodaux is awfully good. They don't get a lot of recognition locally, but, man, that's a good basketball team. Number 10 seed in Class 5A. Tarpons have made their way back out to the floor to a round of applause from the Tarpon faithful who have made the trip. See a lot of parents, a lot of close friends of the program. Miss Gay Jeremy, the principal at South Lafourche, made the trip. Miss Gay's doing a good job at South Lafourche, y'all. She has got a good handle on everything going on at that school. Minute 30 on the clock. The Tarpons going to get some last-second layups before we're playing ball. And before we're playing ball, I'm going to thank our sponsors one last time. Thibodeau Regional Medical Center, a leader in bringing the latest and best technology to our region. State Bank and Trust Company, banking you could count on, member FDIC. Vision Communications, your local provider for TV, internet, home security, and automation. Learn more at viscom.net. Lady of the Sea General Hospital, compassionate medicine close to home. Joe Septic Contractors, your largest sewage and portable sanitation company in Louisiana. Lafourche, Ford, Lincoln, and Lockport. Before you buy, give us a try. Dufresne Building Materials with locations in Cutoff, Thibodeau, Bellchase, and Slidell. And I was asked by Coach Colley to also thank Frank's Super Value in Golden Meadow, because they provided the boys basketball team with a ton of snacks today, some fruits and all kinds of different things that have allowed the boys here to have a good time. Woodlawn now out on the floor. The clock reads 45 seconds. We'll be playing ball here inside of a minute. On 1600 AM KLEB or ESPN1003.com. Tarpons getting some last-second instructions from Coach Colley. The officials now make their way back out onto the floor. It looks like it's going to be Tarpon basketball out of the break. It's amazing that we played an entire half of ball here plus halftime in 30 minutes. That'll show you how few whistles there were in that first half. It is 7:02 and we're starting the second half, and we tipped off at 6:30. That's unbelievable. It's Bellinger, Francis, Vega, Chasson, and Kane on the floor for the Tarpons, who are now going left to right on your YouTube screen or on your radio dial, depending on how you're watching or listening. Francis with the ball. Tarpons got to take some of that momentum again. Marquise to Kane on the left side. DeMarcus to Chasson. Now Marquise on the right side. Top of the key, Bellinger for an open three. No good, in and out. Rebound goes to Moten, Tremichael Moten. Quickly the other way to Daniels, to the corner. Brooks for a three. That's no good. Rebound to Kane. In and out. Both teams have had three ball opportunities that hit the front of the rim, thought about going in, then splashed out. Bellinger on the right side. To Marquise, top of the key. Now Chasson on the wing. See if Luke could get going here. Versus a dribble to Bellinger. Now Kane, he made a three in the first half. Looking around, gets it to Francis. Top of the key near midcourt. Marquise. 7:10 to go in the third. Kane on the right side to Marcus. Looking for a cutter. Gets it to Francis. Now Chasson. Tarpons again having one of those methodical possessions, trying to lull Woodlawn to sleep. Vega loses the handle. Gets it back to Bellinger now on the left side. Matt. Left wing area. Looking around. Gets it to Vega. Top of the key. John starting his dribble. Hands it off to Francis. 6:43 to go in the half. Now Bellinger on the left side. Matt attacks baseline, shoots it up. No good. Boy, that's one we got to have. The lid on the bucket for the Tarpons. Moten the other way in a blur. Stop and pop from the foul line. He got it. It's just easier for them to score than it is for us to score. They get the rebound. They come back the other way in 4 seconds and get a quick shot. Tarpons got to work for a long time to get the same look. Kane on the right side. Being closely guarded. Being very closely guarded. Gets it to Francis. Marquise spins out of trouble to Vega. Now Chasson on the post. Lays it up and in. So we've traded buckets here in the first 2 minutes of the third quarter. It's 27-17. Good layup there by Chasson. Tremichael Moten to the middle. Brooks back to Moten. Thinks about the shot. Now to the middle. Now out for a three. Daniels. No good. Rebound goes to Bellinger. Has it poked away. They're fighting on the floor. Bellinger's on the floor. But Woodlawn comes away from the scrum with it. At the rim, they lay it up, and no good. Tip up, no good. Tip up, and in. That was very close and over the back. And oh, my goodness. It's a layup opportunity for the Knights. Francis across the timeline. He attacks the left side. Now reverses it back out, throws it away. Moten in transition at the rim, lays it up and in. and it's a 14-point game. You cannot have open ball turnovers against this team as they'll jam it down your throat. And on cue, there's another one. Moten on the left side attacks. Now reverses it back out. 5 minutes to go in the quarter. Woodlawn near midcourt. They're the ones being patient now. This is not the way that they play. I've watched them on tape. Even with a big lead, they'll still try to continually push, but right now they're playing stall. Moten attacks the screen, shoots the 18-footer, no good. Rebound tipped to the Knights. Brooks with a fadeaway. He got it. It's a 16-point game. 4:33 to go in the third quarter. Woodlawn has extended their lead. Francis across the timeline to Kane. Kane attacks the lane, shoots it up, draws the foul. They're going to say it's on the floor, but a foul is called on the Knights. And a sarcastic cheer from the Tarpon faithful who didn't realize that the officials knew how to blow their whistle. Anthony Francis will check into the game for Big Blue. Chasson looking around, gets it knocked away, out of bounds. It'll stay here. Tell you could see why this Woodlawn team made the top 28 last year. They got so many weapons, and they play at a pace that is just so hard to maintain for the entire game. Tarpons get it in bounds to Kane. DeMarcus to Anthony Francis. Anthony, top of the key. To Vega. John to the corner, Chasson. Now Anthony. Anthony's like lightning in a bottle. He can make something happen quickly. Bellinger in the corner. Anthony Francis. Now Vega, top of the key. John to Bellinger. Thinks about the shot. Reverses it on the baseline to Anthony Francis. He dribbles out to the top of the key. 3:50 to go in the third. Now Bellinger. Matt attacks. Stop and pop from 18. In and out. Rebound goes to Brooks. And we push the other way. Moten. Jermichael Moten. To number 5, Brooks for a three. No good. Rebound tipped into Vega's palms. So Tarpons get a stop. Now let's see if they could score. The defense hasn't been as much of a problem. Right now we can't score. Anthony has it picked. Jermichael Moten in transition at the rim. He lays it up and in. Basket and the foul and one. Anthony Francis tried to give him a hard playoff foul, but Jermichael Moten carried him into the basket, and it's 35-17. 3:22 to go in the third quarter. Jermichael Moten will be shooting one. Coach Colley looking at his bench, trying to find some answers. First things first, you got to get the rebound here. If he misses, it's Chasson Kane's responsibility under the basket. And he missed it. Rebound goes to Kane, so a good box out there by DeMarcus. He now comes the other way, gets to Anthony Francis. Across the timeline, Anthony. To the middle, Chasson's thrown away. We come the other way, Moten at the rim, lays it up, no good, gets his own rebound, up and in. It's a 20-point game. The Tarpons just don't have the guard play right now. They're turning over the ball too much. Bellinger to Chasson on the right side. Luke inside to Kane, shoots it up, no good. Rebound goes to Moten. And here we come the other way, and a blur. Jermichael Moten on the right baseline. Reverses it to the rim. Brooks lays it up and in. It's 39-17. Coach Colley's calling a timeout. Woodlawn has taken control of this game. This is a good basketball team. I've seen Morgan City. I've seen Ellender. I've seen a lot of the powers in Class 4A. This is the most impressive team that we've seen because they're proving tonight. And what's so important about this tonight is that they're proving that if you slow them down, they could beat you in a defensive game, which makes them lethal, man, because we know that if it's a shootout, they have the big advantage as well. It's a full timeout, so we got a little bit of time here to go and take another peek at the scoreboard, which tells us that Lagrange leads H.L. Bourgeois 51-50 after 3. Thibodaux leads Acadiana 25-21 late in the second quarter. That H.L. Bourgeois score, man, it's got to be nerve-wracking to the fans in gray. The Braves have had very promising high hopes all season long, but right now they're staring down the barrel of they got to turn it around in the fourth quarter. Their season is over, which is the same dilemma we have here. The Tarpons are down 22. They've got to make something happen quickly. Marquise Francis checked back into the game in that timeout. 2:37 to go in the third quarter. This look around the gym, the fans in the stands have quickly started to fill up. A lot of folks maybe thought this game started at 7, but now we've got a packed house pretty much. Bellinger to Chasson. To Bellinger on the right side. Trap gets it to Vega. John to Matt. To the corner. Inside that goes poked away by Moten. And there's that open floor turnover. Moten lays it up and in at the rim. Michael Moten is a good basketball player. I don't know where he's playing when his high school career ends, but I promise you he's playing somewhere. Bellinger to Francis. Got to get it across. They do. Bellinger to Chasson. Chasson loses it. Out of bounds. It'll stay here with 1:51 to go. Woodlawn has opened up a sizable lead. Tarpons are trying to battle. Bellinger to Marquise. Francis dribbles near midcourt, top of the key area. To Bellinger with a 3. Boy, we need it. No good. Rebound goes over the back. John Vega boxed out, and they call over the back on Woodlawn. Maybe the smallest player wearing blue, but it's crazy. If you put your butt in their chest and box them out, they're going to have to jump over your back. It's a basketball fundamental. Chasson to Kane. To Marcus to Vega, top of the key. Now Bellinger. To the corner, Luke for a corner 3, from the rim and out. Rebound tipped to Woodlawn. Larry Moten attacks to the corner. Now a skip pass to Moten for a 3, no good, but they tip it up and in. That's Larry Moten. They've got so many Motens on the floor right now, it's hard to keep up. Delatron Moten missed the 3. Larry Moten tipped it in. Vega. The left side, Chasson on the baseline. Trap gets it to Kane. DeMarcus all by himself lays it up and in. So a defensive breakdown there by the Knights, who come quickly the other way. Tremichael Moten. Through the defense, he carried. That's a good call by the official. He got to the three-point line and then just cuffed that ball and tried to make a move. Good call by the official with 1:02 on the third quarter clock. Tarpons down by 24, trying to make one last stab at it here. Marquise to Vega. To Bellinger across the timeline. To the middle, Kane. Now Vega. John has it taken away on the pass. Daniels at the rim, shoots it up, no good. Good defense by Francis, forcing the miss. Now the Tarpons come the other way with 42 seconds. Marquise to Vega. Now Francis. To Bellinger, 36 seconds. Francis. Now Chasson in the middle. Vega in the corner. 30 seconds. Francis. Marquise to Kane at the rim. He lays it up and in. They fell asleep again. They're having a hard time staying with DeMarcus Kane. Tremichael Moten across the timeline. 18 seconds to go. Woodlawn going to hold for one shot, which doesn't seem to be in this team's DNA, but they're actually going to pull it out here and be patient. Moten, 10 seconds to go. To number 13, Moore. Now to Tremichael Moten, attacks the right side, reverse pass to Daniels for a 3 at the buzzer. He got it. And our score after 3, Woodlawn 46, South Lafourche 21. The Knights beginning to flex their muscles here a little bit on ESPN1003.com. Happy that you're with us here. Thibodaux Regional Medical Center, a leader in bringing the latest and best technology to our region. State Bank and Trust Company, banking you can count on, member FDIC. Vision Communications, your local provider for TV, internet, home security, and automation. Learn more at viscom.net. Lady of the Sea General Hospital, compassionate medicine close to home. Joe Septic Contractors, your largest sewage and portable sanitation company in Louisiana. Lafourche, Fort Lincoln, and Lockport. Before you buy, give us a try. Dufresne Building Materials with locations in Cutoff, Thibodaux, Bellchase, and Slidell. And, of course, our injury timeouts brought to you by Thibodaux Regional, our tip-off by State Bank and Trust Company. And earlier tonight, our home team starting lineups are brought to you by Lady of the Sea General Hospital. Thibodaux trails by 2 at halftime against Acadiana out in the jungle. H.L. Bourgeois was down by 1 going to the fourth quarter out in gray. Here, Woodlawn leads 46-21 over the Tarps. Want to wish my sincerest best of luck to all our local area teams in the postseason. Hopefully we've got some teams that can make a long playoff run. There's so much talent in the area. I'm so proud of all the kids here on their seasons. It's Vega, Bellinger, Chasson, Francis, and Kane on the floor for the Tarpons. We've got 8 minutes to make a miracle happen here. Moten across the timeline. Pulling it out. The Tarpons are going to have to extend their defense here. Michael Moten to the left side. That's White. Now to Moore. Back to Moten. Feeding the post. That's White. Stop and pop. No good. Offensive rebound to the Knights, who back down Francis. Lay it up. And in. It touched every last piece of the rim and then fell in. Francis to Vega. Marquise to Bellinger. To Kane near the foul line. Now to Marquise. To Bellinger for a three. Yes! Matt Bellinger puts it home, and it's 48-24. Good shot, Matt. I'm going to miss watching Matt Bellinger play, man, as we get an Assumption shuffle from Delatron Moore. Taylor, I'm sure, is at home watching on YouTube, laughing. For anybody that's watching this for the first time tonight, that is what we call an Assumption shuffle. I'm sure I'll explain it why here in the future. Francis to Bellinger. Bellinger to Kane in the corner. DeMarcus is trapped. Throws it off of the Knights and into the Tarpon bench with 6:56 to go in regulation. Bellinger to Vega. John starts his dribble. Gets it to the corner. Bellinger tries to feed the post. It's deflected out of bounds, so stay here. So the Tarpons will inbound now under their basket. Chasson giving the guys a call. Chasson inside to Francis. They burned them. Easy layup. They fell asleep. 48-26. Moten coming the other way. 6:38 to go in regulation. Tarpons trying to make a surge here. They're now extending their defense. Moten attacks the right side on Vega to the lane, shoots the floater up and in. That is entirely too easy. That is a good basketball player. Vega to Marquise. Now Bellinger. Marquise Francis to Vega across the timeline. Francis, 6:10 to go. Chasson attacks. It's out to Marquise. Now Bellinger, he made one a minute ago, shoots it up and in. Nothing but the bottom. Coach Colley is going to call a timeout, and that's the MO and the DNA of this team. These Tarpons, regardless of the scoreboard, regardless of the opponent, they're going to fight you like hell for 32 minutes, and that's why I love calling games for this basketball team. The grit and determination of these guys is unbelievable. Bellinger's made a couple of threes. It's a 21-point game. If you look at Woodlawn's schedule, I could promise you there's some really, really good teams that have lost to these guys by more than 21. So these Tarpons are working and grinding tonight. 6:03 on the clock. That's the first horn from the officials. We'll be playing ball momentarily. We'll be in Alexandria. That's our next road trip on Tuesday. 4:30, the Lady Tarpons take on Neville. As a 2-3 matchup. As the 4A bracket held entirely true. 1, 2, 3, and 4 made it to the semifinals. Got it inbounds to Moten. Throws long at the rim, and White lays it up and in. Chasson nearly got his fingertips on that pass, but White snagged it away and laid it up. Vega to Marquise. Now Bellinger. Matt to Francis. Now Bellinger to the middle. Kane thinks about the shot. Got to watch himself. Gets to Vega in the corner for a three. Yes! Tarpons have come to life from the deep, and it's a 20-point game. Daniels on the right side. He shoots a quick three. No good. Rebound goes to Vega. See if the Tarpons can make it interesting. John gets it to Marquise. 5:23 to go. Francis to the middle. Chasson. Luke attacks. Gets to the rim. Lays it up. No good. Didn't get the English on it. Now we come back the other way in a blur. Daniels at the rim. Euro step, lays it up. No good. The tip up is no good. The tip up is no good. Another shot is up and in. As Jalen Brooks. They've just got so much length and athleticism. Bellinger to Vega. To Chasson to the corner. Kane gets him in the air. Shoots the corner three. No. Rebound goes to the Knights. Daniels. Moten in transition at the rim. Lays it up. And in and out. And that is going to be a foul called under the basket on the Tarpons on number 10, DeMarcus Kane, with 4:43 to go in regulation. Woodlawn leading by 22. The Tarpons have played them close, but in the third and fourth quarter, they've started to separate a little bit. Moten to get it in bounds. Throws the lob, and they lay it up. No good. The tip up is shot up and in by White. It's a well-designed inbounds play there by the Knights. Coach Kenneth Siles. Vega to Francis. To Vega. Marquise. They are across the timeline. Marquise to Vega in the corner for a three. Oh, that's way off. Now Brooks coming the other way quickly. It's poked away by Marquise Francis, and it'll stay here. Good hustle by Marquise. Everyone on the floor right now for the Tarpons is potentially playing their last varsity basketball game. All seniors on the court. Daniels gets it to Larry Moten on the right side. Larry to Tremichael. Shoots the long three. That's a long one. No good. Rebound goes to Vega. John attacks to Chasson at the rim. Lays it up. And, oh, that's a goaltend. They got away with it, though. White quickly the other way. Shoots it up. Poked away by Marquise. But Woodlawn has it back. Now they're still fighting for it, and Bellinger has it. Matt Bellinger back the other way. Loses it. Gets it back. And gets it to Francis. 3:35 to go. Vega. Now Chasson on the right side to Vega. John to Bellinger. Bellinger on the left block as it poked away. Larry Moten now in transition. He's fouled by Marquise Francis. These officials have consistently let them play here tonight. This has been a very physical game. Coach Colley urging his team to play defense. He wants them to play through the whistle. I wouldn't have it any other way. Tremichael Moten, top of the key, attacks the lane, shoots it up. That should be a foul on the floor. They may give him 2 shots, though. I think Chasson bumped him before the shot. Now they're going to say he was shooting this, Tremichael Moten. With 3:15 to go. Tremichael Moten with 2 shots. He is their anchor for this team. He shoots it up and in. 57-32 now our score. One more shot coming. It is up. It is no good. Rebound to Kane. DeMarcus to Marquise. 3:10 to go. Francis to Vega. Back to Marquise. Across the timeline, John to the middle, Chasson. Now Bellinger in the corner. Stop and pop. He's made a few. No good on that one. Front of the rim. White with the rebound. They're looking to push the other way. That's Moten. Tremichael Moten to the post where a two-handed slam dunk by Jalen Brooks, and that's about the exclamation point here. Francis to Bellinger to the corner. Vega has it blocked away by White. Now we come in transition again. Let's see if they're going to put on a show. Throw it to the corner. Daniels for a long three. He's fouled by Bellinger. He was shooting that one from nearly out of bounds. And he'll have 3 shots. The explosion of this Woodlawn team. You're not supposed to have this many high school players on one team that could do the things that this team does. That's why they're going to be playing until the end in 4A. Free throw is up and good. 60-32 now our score. Second shot is up in the air. It's a bit of a knuckleball, and it's up and good. 61-32 now. 2:32 to go in regulation. Tarpons just playing for pride here. Third shot up, and good. He made them all 3. We come the other way. Marquise to Vega to Francis. Now Bellinger. Matt to the corner. Chasson. Chasson attacks the rim, gets him in the air, and draws a foul. So Luke Chasson will be shooting 2 with 2:22 to go. 2 shots coming for number 35, the senior forward. Coach Colley is going to call a timeout here, full timeout. He must have known that it was time to thank our sponsors. Thibodeau Regional Medical Center, a leader in bringing the latest and best technology to our region. State Bank and Trust Company, banking you could count on, member FDIC. Vision Communications, your local provider for TV, internet, home security, and automation. Learn more at viscom.net. Lady of the Sea General Hospital, compassionate medicine close to home. Joe Septic Contractors, your largest sewage and portable sanitation company in Louisiana. Lafourche, Ford, Lincoln, and Lockport. Before you buy, give us a try. And Dufresne Building Materials with locations in Cutoff, Thibodeau, Belle Chase, and Slidell. Tarpons getting some instructions here from Coach Colley. Doesn't look like we're going to extend our season here tonight, but a sincerest congratulations to those boys. We play in a tough 4A district with a lot of good teams. For this team to win 17 games, that's something that you could be awfully proud of. Tarpon cheerleaders getting some twirls in. Want to shout out a couple of loyal listeners. I want to shout out Davey LeBlanc. He listens every game. Want to shout out all the way from the East Coast, Caitlin Galjor, my old school friend, Parker Galjor's a big sister. She watches on YouTube and ESPN1003.com. Want to shout out all of our loyal watchers and listeners. It is my absolute pleasure to do this. I talked the other day. It's an honor to be able to get paid to watch basketball and call basketball. It's been a passion of mine since a little boy. Speaking of Caitlin, Parker Galjor is checking into the game for the Tarpons for Marquise Francis. Marquise is going to get that last walk. He's getting a hug from Coach Colley, who's letting his senior guard know that he appreciates the services to this program. Let me tell you something. Marquise is a good kid, man. He's got a bright future ahead of him. He gives you everything he's got. Chasson missed the first one. He makes the second one. Jordan Souza is now going to check into the game for DeMarcus Kane, who's going to get the same walk. Classy gesture from Coach Colley. He's going to get his seniors out one at a time here. DeMarcus told me he's playing college football in Texas. I'm so proud of that young man. He's grown a lot here in the last couple of years. Moten across the timeline, working on Vega, attacks the left side. 2:05 to go. Now attacks the right side. He's fouled by John. And we're going to get another sub into the game. Let's see which senior's next. John Vega's going to get his final walk. Isaac Colley gets him. Coach Colley giving his pleasantries to John. Another really, really good kid with a really bright future. They'll throw it up at the rim, lay it up and in. That's Jalen Brooks. Losing my voice here. Y'all bear with me. 2 more minutes to go. I've called a lot of basketball here in the last 48 hours. Parker to Colley. Isaac to Bellinger. Parker with a 3. Get in there. In and out. Rebound goes to Chasson. Blocked. He gets it back. Lays it up. No good. And the rebound goes to number 10, Daniels. In transition to the corner. Larry Moten for a 3. No. Rebound to Chasson. Chasson comes the other way. Across the timeline. To Bellinger. Matt. To Souza. To cutting Chasson at the rim. Blocked, but he'll draw the foul. So Chasson will be shooting 2. And I think that may be the end of Matt Bellinger's career. I think he's next up here in our little Tarpon walk. Chasson will follow him if he makes the second free throw. Chasson shoots it up and good. It's 64-34. Matt Bellinger, I've been watching him play basketball since he's 7 years old, man. I'm so proud of Matt. And he walks off the floor a winner here, even though the Tarpons are going to have their season end. One more shot coming for Chasson. 1:18 to go in regulation. Luke shoots it up and good. It's 64-35. And there goes Chasson, the final starter to leave the floor. Congratulations to Luke. Chasson's come a long way, man. Now Nash checks into the game for Woodlawn. Nash with the basketball. Attacks the left side. Working on Trey Gallagher. Attacks, pulls it out. Now Parker Galjor has his turn. And he's fouled by Gallagher, so it'll be a 1-and-1 for Woodlawn. A lot of emotion on that Tarpon sideline, as you would expect. Coach Colley told me, he said, hey, look, win, lose, or draw, I want to have a post-game interview here. So we're going to get Coach Colley for a minute or two after this game. Shot is up and good by Cleve Nash. One more shot coming. It is up and it is no good. Rebound goes to Colley. Isaac coming the other way, 52 seconds on the clock. Gallagher, Souza in the corner for 3. Yeah, Jordan Souza. Souza puts it home. It's 65-38. Williams across the timeline to the corner. Well, they'll reverse the ball to number 1, Nash. Nash loses it, gets it back. He's being clubbed. The officials swallow the whistle. Kale in transition lays it up and in. So Tarpon reserves are playing well here. And they'll nearly lose it into our table, but Moten the other way. 15 seconds to go. Long reverse pass. Souza takes it away. Souza coming the other way to Kale. Isaac to Parker. Very long 3. Oh, in and out. And that'll be the final score. Woodlawn will win this one 65-40. Congratulations to the Knights. They're going to the next round. We'll see if we could get Coach Kale here to the table before we sign off. Tarpons fought, man. They gave them everything that they had. There's just a lot of firepower to deal with. Teams are shaking hands now. We'll see if we could corral the coach. Woodlawn moves on to the next round. And the Tarpons will have to think about this for a long bus ride home. See, the final handshakes are being made. And coach is coming this way. Coach got a couple more pleasantries to exchange. Now he's coming to the radio table. All right, man. For the first quarter, you guys played, or really the first quarter and a half, you guys had them on the ropes. Then their tempo kind of bothered you a little bit, but you guys fought like hell throughout the game.
That was the key for us, to control the tempo. And I think the first quarter we did. We ran our offense. We got great looks, what we wanted. Ran some set plays, got layups. And I think we got a little tired, and we lost focus what we wanted to get done. We shot a couple of three-pointers that we shouldn't have shot. They got the rebound, scored in transition, which we didn't want, and it just got away from us. And look, our guys, now we played hard.
Yeah.
We played hard. We had a great game plan. I think our coaches did a great job preparing our kids for this game. We just, in that second quarter, we just took, I think it was 3 bad shots in a row, and we got out of what we wanted to get done, and they made a run at us, and we just, we couldn't battle back from
At the end of the game, you know, it's never easy getting them seniors out one at a time, and you're hugging them and everything. It's never easy to tell them goodbye.
No, never. And they deserve it. They deserve that last little moment, and I'm glad I had a chance to give it to them. I wish it had been on a winning note, but.
Well, look, man, congratulations on a winning season. It's been a hell of a ride.
Appreciate it.
Coach Kale joining us here. Look, we'll sign off. Woodlawn wins 65-40, but we will be in Alexandria for the top 28 on Tuesday. So I'm going to do what Taylor does now. Go Tarpons and God bless America. Good night, everybody from Shreveport. We've listened to Varsity Basketball on 1600 AM KLEB and ESPN1003.com.